Hi, it's Sarah Franklyn from Impact Data, and we're here today for another TalkBox Spotlight. Today, I'm going to focus on our feedback tool, which is how you calculate a Net Promoter Score. It's a really valuable piece of functionality of TalkBox, and a lot of our clients use it extensively to not only understand customer sentiment, but to also get reviews in really important places like Google. So it's a fantastic tool, really easy to use. So let's jump in and have a look how to do it. So the first thing we're going to do is add it to a communication. So it's as simple as creating a new communication. We're going to send the feedback survey. We'll send this one via email, and we will pick a template. So let's just jump down here and we'll pick a template. This one's actually already got it, so we'll go in and have a look at that one. Now, often when you want to send a communication asking for feedback, you really want to think about when you do that. You might want to do that as part of your welcome message, which is obviously a really valuable time to understand what a new customer is thinking about your brand or business and what their sentiment is. The other time might be after you've had a change. So you might have had a new menu, you might have done a renovation. You can actually go back and ask people that have just visited since you've made that change and ask for their opinion. Or of course you can ask them after they've redeemed an offer from your business. Perhaps you can add it to an expiry message on your vouchers, which there's a video about adding voucher messagings. So things like that. So think about when you want to get feedback, because you might want to relate it to a specific event, or you might want to just have it as a general part of your communication strategy. So it is as simple, as you can see here, it is as simple as dropping the NPS survey box straight onto the canvas here, just like I did there. Now, obviously we've got two, so I'll kill one of those off. The question, how likely would you to recommend us to a friend, is a global question, and that allows us to have a scientific response and understand the value of your score. So the score ranges from -100 to +100. And for hospitality, which many of our customers are in, the average score is about 32. So if you're doing better than that, then good for you, you're doing better than the average. So that is as simple as the question needs to be. And as I said, you can drop that into any communication, any of your automated communications, any of your standalone communications, or you can just do it as a particular send. So that's how we've added it to a communication. Now let's go and look at how we make sure that the responses that the customer gets are relevant to the score that they gave you. Now, we have three different types of responses to feedback. The first one is what is called a detractor, and that is a customer who has given you a 0 to 7. Now, obviously, they haven't had a great experience, so you want to keep them off the socials. You might want to give them another point of escalation, say give them another email address to contact you directly to give you information about the incident. You might even consider adding a voucher into that detractor email, because obviously that customer hasn't had a great experience, but they might be prepared to give you a second chance. And it's as simple as going in, editing a communication just as normal, and it is all of the power of our normal email or SMS communications. They look fantastic, of course, so it's a completely branded response to the customer. So let's just jump back to the other messages. We've got a neutral message, so if they've given you a 7 or 8, again, usually that's quite a conciliatory thanks. We're really, really grateful for your feedback. That's awesome. Now, the magic one, though, is if they give you a 9 or a 10, and they're what's considered a promoter. Now, that is the best type of customer, of course, to ask for a review. So the response email that we encourage our customers to do to add to your promoter message is actually a link of where you'd like your reviews to go. So you Google My Business page, TripAdvisor, maybe even your Facebook page, wherever matters to your business to have reviews, make sure you include that link as a button, so it's really easy for the customer to go over and pop a review over there. So when a customer clicks one of those numbers in that original email, the comment button, a comment box will pop up and we'll ask them for comments. And of course, all those scores and comments will go to a notification email. So I'd suggest you put it in a mailbox that's monitored, but it might not be your personal one. It might be, an info or reception or something like that. But definitely one that's monitored, because you certainly want to keep an eye on those detractors, because you might want to jump in and sort out any problems quickly. So how do we see how we're performing when it comes to Net Promoter Score? Well, the great thing is TalkBox actually calculates your Net Promoter Score for you. And so if you go and have a look at your reporting, so you just navigate to reports and NPS survey, you can see the history of your Net Promoter Score over time, and you can see the last couple of responses. You can filter, so you can filter by anything on the contact. So something could be quite relevant is the last location that they've visited if your TalkBox account has multiple locations added to it. It might be really relevant if they've visited in the last 7 days, or if their sign-up date was quite recent. So you can use all of the powerful filtering tools to filter the responses from TalkBox. And then you can go and have a look at a completed survey. Of course, you can filter again, and you might want to select, people like number 3 over here who hasn't had a great experience, and send them another message or just a follow-up. So you can download those reports, of course, as well, which might be quite meaningful, particularly, as I said, if you've got multiple locations. Great way to track how individual stores are actually performing on their Net Promoter Score. So that's our TalkBox Spotlight for today. I hope you get some really great value out of using our feedback tool. Enjoy.